couple of days ago, I found myself asking the question, what is Bellwright? Bellwright is a medieval survival simulator where you, according to Steam, establish and expand your own settlements, liberate the land, and assist its villagers while commanding your own army. Sounds a lot like Bannerlord with the added twist of city building. In November of 2024, it received a big update in the Villages 2.0 update. I figured what better time to check the game out than right now. I have played the game a little bit before, though I only have 13.6 hours in the game as of this recording. Come and join me with our adventure with Dakota Trove's daughter as we attempt to liberate the lands from an oppressive ruler. Well then, without further ado, let's get started here, shall we? So I played this game a little bit, as I said there in the intro, but we haven't made it very far in the game. But I was having like such a good time that I decided that I needed to come in and start recording these sessions before I got too far, because I didn't want to get too far and then like want to come back after I've like beaten the game or what have you, and things like that, right? So let's see here, Dakota. I'm trying to think of like a last name. Let's do Trove's. This one. Okay. So, if you've never played Bellwright before, here's the intro. Let's just go ahead and go on into it. Again, I haven't made it like past like tier 2 or what have you. The customization for the characters is not very long, so there you go. I mean, you have like a couple guy faces and a couple gal faces. There's not much yet in the characters creator, so let's go ahead and go. Be sure you want to start display all tutorials again. We'll skip the tutorials. I'll give you the tutorial as we go. The other thing is too that in this PlayStation, I'm going to be recording for a while, but I'm going to try to keep the episodes down to a half an hour. So editor future Drake might pop in and be like, oh, hey, you know, this seems like a good spot for us to cancel this episode or end this episode.
Funny how one small decision can have consequences that ripple through history. Or are we victims of a predetermined path? Was it chosen for you the day you visited your favorite woods on your 10th birthday? Was it destiny that the royal family were hunting there at the same time? From a tree on high, you watched as Prince Voldar and Princess Osen laughed, talked, and tracked wild animals without a care in the world. And you watched in helpless horror as a stray arrow bolted through the trees, hitting the prince in the chest like a lightning strike. Just like that, the prince was dead. And when the princess found you standing over her brother's dead body, it felt as though the gods were playing a cruel trick on you all. In the panic and confusion, you ran from the scene as fast as your legs would carry you. Fueled by rage and grief, the king demanded the head of any child who fit your description. Fearing for your life, your father asked a friend to bring you far away. Away from the king's wrath. In the middle of the night, you were taken from your home and brought away on horseback. In tears, you called out to your mother, but it was too late. Your old life was over. For years, you hid from the royal family, your resentment growing. You heard stories of your homeland, the rise and fall of a rebellion, the death of the king, and the reign of the evil Queen Osen. But on the eve of your 20th birthday, your guardian, the man who smuggled you out of Carvinia and kept you safe all these years, was brutally killed by a mysterious assassin. As he died in your arms, his hand clutched a coin with a strange sigil emblazoned upon it. A clue. Now, you have returned to your homeland for answers. Through choice or through fate, vengeance would be yours. But how will you fare in a land you no longer recognize?
Well, that's a very good question, narrator, and I'll tell you how we're gonna do that. Welcome to Bellwright, everybody. This is episode 1. Again, like I played a little bit before, so like I know a little bit. I don't know much, but I don't remember if there was like anything up here. I don't think there really is. But, oh, there's something. Hold on. Never mind. Boom. We got some coins, some dried mushrooms. We'll examine those, read those for later. Okay. So yeah, I was playing a little bit earlier and I was just having a good time with it, and so like I wanted to share it, especially after like you saw there in the intro of the video, right, that they just released like this big update to the game, and I was like, you know what, I could go with a survival simulator medieval type game where, you know, we try to survive and stuff like that. Like that sounds like pretty fun. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, I do want a stone. We're gonna get like all of the notifications of like, oh, you found a stone, like you can do this with your stone and stuff like that. But the thing that I was really enjoying about this game so far was that, you know, you build your own little town, and then you get followers and such. Like you're trying to get, ooh, we found some copper. Anyway, you try to get followers by helping out like the neighboring towns and all that fun stuff. I'm trying to make a thing. How many more of these do I need? What? I need one more log. Okay, one more stick. But so it's pretty fun though. So you go around, like I said, and you complete these quests that allow you to then become more friendly with the different towns. So like here on the map, right, you'll see Herndine here, Bradford, Padstow, Farnsworth, etc., right? So each one of these towns you can actually like liberate from the kingdom and stuff, and it's pretty cool. Like as you do that, like then you're able to get more and more followers and all that fun stuff. So it's pretty cool. They use AI voice actors for the most part for like all of the NPCs in here, which it's serviceable. I'll show you here in a moment as we go talk to the elder. It kind of works, but it's also a little bit cringe, but it's not as bad as some AI voices that I've seen. Anyway, here we go. We'll talk to the elder.
I think we need to talk, traveler. You're a new face around here, and new faces showing up rarely ends well for this village. I have a duty to my village first and foremost. I need to know who you are and why you came here.
I mean you no harm. I came to the lowlands looking for some answers.
Looking for answers, huh? In a perfect world, I could give you all the information you need and you could be on your way. But speaking openly can be a death sentence these days. As long as you're asking questions, you're putting us in danger.
So my options are, do I have permission to stay in the village for now at least? Or I must admit, I didn't expect such a frosty reception. What am I supposed to do now? Yeah, there we go.
That is not my problem or Hayandine's problem. Go build yourself a shelter somewhere if you insist on staying in the lowlands. Come back when you're set up and maybe you can earn your keep.
I'll do just that. And I plan on earning your trust one way or another. All right, so now we got to go build our shack, which I already know a little bit about the map and a little bit about the game, right? So I think what we're gonna do is I kind of like this area for my town, and you'll see why as we start playing it. A lot of you have probably already played this game or already have seen it, so we'll deal with that. As far as our settings, by the way, game settings, everything is set to 100%. Multiple threats at once is not. We're at medium right now. We might turn that up to hard as we learn more of the game. We're gonna keep show damage numbers off, and we've disabled the tutorials because I don't really need them. I've played a little bit, but like as you saw in the intro of the video there, I've only played for a little bit. So we're also gonna put in like time lapses and so forth in order to like speed up certain sections. So you know, like in some cases it's not going to be very interesting as I go around and gather all the materials. So I might time lapse that, and I might just speed up the whatchamacallit. I might just like do a cut instead of a time lapse. Oh my gosh, my brain is just not working. Anyway, speaking of time lapses, let's do a time lapse right here as we journey off into the blue yonder. I think we want to be like somewhere in this neighborhood. So yeah, I'll bring the time lapse back if we run into anything interesting here on the road. Let's see if I can find some like good travel music. In the area that I want to be now. I'm seeing if there's anything interesting about this cart. There's some stones, some flax. I don't see anything. I was hoping there would be like something on that cart. But yeah, so I was thinking that this would be kind of like our area. We're gonna be like right next to some mud. We're gonna be right next to this tin ore over here. It's also gonna be a little bit of a difficult area from what I understand of the game, but it's also gonna be really close to some very valuable resources and all of that. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't think it's not that difficult for us to move if we have to, but we'll see what we do. Okay, place construction site, and we want to face the road. Actually, let's go slightly off the road. Right under this tree would be nice, right? Can I do that? Is it gonna let me? Okay, so this is the build menu and stuff like that. We need to find 6 flax and 10 wood. Oh, there's a piece of flax right there. Ooh, a piece of candy. All right, and then we got a sticks, which is how we get some wood. Pretty typical like survival simulator stuff, right? Go around, gather resources. The standard affair. Is that cotton? I wonder. That'd be kind of cool if it was. Be really nice. That would be really nice if it was. Get the sapling. That I think we need 10 wood, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I need one more wood. I didn't count like how much flax I needed, but we'll just grab a bunch of that too. Okay. It should be enough. It's not that difficult to build your first thing. So one of the things that I recommend, and I'm not an expert at the game, but instead of like, so like I still have 3 more wood on me, right? I can just run around and place them, but instead of doing that, I'm gonna put them on the pile here, and it, as you can see, I'm actually 1 wood short. I thought we had enough, and I was wrong. So the nice thing about putting it on like the building stockpile as opposed to like just building it directly onto your building is that when it's on the stockpile, when we come over here to the building, right, then all we have to do is run around in circles and we click on each one of these nodes to place the next piece. And I really enjoy this aspect of building. I'm glad it's not just like me waiting out like a timer or, you know, just all the other somewhat boring ways of building in these survival games. Like, I don't know. It's also like, it might be a little bit of a stretch for me to call this like a survival simulator game, but it is. It's kind of a survival simulator. All right, so we are going to put our copper in here, and if you hold Alt and you left click on similar items, then it will just put them all in there right away. Okay, so we've completed that, and now we need to wait until tomorrow, but we should not be wasting our time. So we are going to instead, I want to do a housing tent. Okay, and we will put that, so here's my entrance. We'll put this like right there. And then what else do I want to build? I want to build a research desk, which we will put a research desk like right there. And then I will do the simple workbench, which we're gonna need like so much stuff for all of this. Where can we put that? We can put that on the other side. Put that like right there. Okay. And then campfire. Put that kind of a little bit more. Well, it's not letting me. The tent is blocking it. Interesting. Okay. Fair enough. Put the campfire right there. And then we only have like this little rinky-dink chest. But that can probably go like right there. Okay, so we got so much material to gather now to build all of this. But I've learned a couple things about like how to gather wood. So for example, these young trees, they're not big enough to generate a log. So if you just chop them down like that, and the regular like saplings are just straight up wood. I'm not sure if these trees like grow up or anything. Let me know in the comment section below if they do, because I haven't really played that long, as you guys saw there in the intro. But the other thing that we're gonna need, so like as you can see, the logs take up like a ton of your inventory, right? So I'm gonna need the whatchamacallit, the there's like a bag that you can get or make rather a little bit later. Let's start building that. Put the wood down there. And you want 6 flax and 1 additional wood piece. Okay. 6 flax and 1 additional wood. Oh, log rather. 1 additional log. So 1 flax. Okay. Let's do this. This is gonna take me a while. So I'm gonna put in another time lapse right here of me running around gathering all this stuff. So sit tight, listen to some good music, and here we go. Alright. Well, that took a little bit of time. I think it's a little bit... Oh, dang it. I still have one more thing to build. But I feel like it's a little bit disingenuous of me if, you know, if all I do is cut the video out and then come back after something is complete. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's disingenuous in that it's not showing you how long this kind of thing takes, right? Because it does take a good amount of time, and if that's not like the kind of game that you're into, then, you know, I feel like it's better for me to show you that it takes a good amount of time. But you let me know in the comment section below if you would rather, you know, maybe like, you know, once per video we do like, you know, one of those things where I kind of, you know, do like a time lapse through it or whatever, and then maybe like in the next video we you know, do some skipping. I don't know, but you tell me what you guys want to see. and we'll go with that route instead. It's almost nighttime. It's almost time for us to go to sleep. Resources in this game are a little bit difficult to get everything that you need in the beginning. Oh, this is the workbench. Okay, cool. But I do, like I said, I like this build mechanic. I think it's really cool. But so in here, like, we can like craft and we can repair, which we need more. We need 3 wood to repair that much damage. That's a little bit much. Okay, so again, if you alt click, it will store all of that type of the item. I also queued up the what should I call it, the logging camp. What is it? Where's the word? There it is. The logging camp. Oh man, I couldn't find the word there for a second. All right, let's go to bed. Goodness, man, I could not find that word. Welcome to day 2. 5 days until winter. Oh, and it's a rainy day. Fun. Okay. So now we need to go talk to that elder guy again. So instead of me showing you like this whole trip, I know we did like the trip back. I think what I'm gonna do here, I know I literally just talked about like it being disingenuous for me to like do a cut or whatever, but this video is going to be extremely long if I do another time-lapse walk back to town. So we're gonna skip right here and I'll bring you back when we get back to the village elder. Okay, I'm gonna bring you back a little bit earlier than I originally planned. Welcome back to Herndeen, or something like that. The reason why I'm bringing you back a little bit earlier is because like the village is a really nice design, and I kind of just wanted to show it off a little bit. You could tell that like they've been through some hard times, like that guy, like the elder was saying, like, you know, this house is all burned out and stuff. They're actually occupied by brigands, which are these guys right here. And the brigands are employed by the queen, which is no good. They're kind of oppressing the area and such, and we gotta liberate them when we build our own army. Okay. You again. Give me a chance to earn your trust. If I fail, I'll leave you alone. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. We actually have one problem you can try to resolve. If you're willing, of course.
Yeah, go ahead. What is it?
It gets cold around here, especially close to the mountains. If we want to keep ourselves warm, we need fur for it, rabbit or wolf pelts, but you see our hunter. Well, we got into a little discussion about how things should work in the village regarding payment.
And I'm guessing you couldn't agree on that little issue.
He doesn't want to work with us anymore, but Herndeen mostly depends on him to provide. I want you to convince him to deliver traps. If you can bring us rabbit fur too, that would be very much appreciated. But we can't expect you to do that every day. We want to be self-sufficient with our fur trapping. So the priority is the traps, and the rabbit fur would be a bonus. Take care of that, and then I will consider your request.
I'll see what I can do. Where can I find the hunter?
Go speak with Emily. She's a bit of a troublemaker, but her heart's in the right place, or so I have to tell myself. She has a good relationship with everyone in the village, and knows nearly everything that goes on around here. If anyone can point you in the right direction, it's her.
Then that's what I'll do. Alright, so we gotta go find Emily, and thankfully, as you can see there in the bottom right hand corner, we have that little explanation point conversation on our mini map, which means that she was within range when
I fear for my family.
he said that. Yeah, here she is.
Greetings, newcomer. Say, have we met before? Your face is awfully familiar.
You have to be Emily. Elder told me you know where I can find the hunter Lubomir?
What can I do for you?
Lubomir, do you know him?
Unfortunately,
I need to find him.
he's in the forest, just up the hill, not far from the village. Perhaps bring a book so you have something to do while he rants at you.
Thanks, I think. Alright. Visit that dude. And he is
Dream of better days. Now I just pray to survive.
right over there. Okay. But yeah, this game is pretty fun. Like I said, you saw there with Emily, right? That the AI voice acting, it's serviceable. It doesn't seem like the development studio is like a big studio. So I feel like in scenarios like that sort of thing is just fine to me. I really don't care. As long as they get the AI from like a reputable source, if you will, like like they hired whoever ran the AI hired the voice actors for the thing, then I'm fine with it, so okay, let's talk to Lubomir here. Lubomir.
What are you looking for? It's dangerous to wander around the woods alone. Haven't you heard about wolves or bandits lurking in this area? You don't look like the hunting type. So what are you doing here?
Elder Dobrin sent me. He asked for traps if you have any. The people of Herndeen need them.
Ha! The people in Herndeen? Of course. Now they need me. I'm not going to work with them. Dobron has no respect for my craft. He doesn't value everything I've contributed to that damn village. And until he does, they can fend for themselves.
Can you help me at least? I need to build trust with the elder. Nobody in the village even wants to talk to me.
You're asking for help, but you don't know a thing about me or what I went through. I used to be a respected member of the community. I even could have been an elder if I wanted. But they degraded me because I refused to be a slave to Ashbourne's puppets. So I left. I still tried to contribute from a distance, providing them with fur, food, and creating traps for the sake of the village. But they wanted more. When I asked for better pay, the elder said no and actually warned me not to ask again. At one point, he said he'd speak to the brigands about my behavior.
I don't want to defend anyone, but it seems like Herndeen isn't wealthy enough to pay you. I'm going to say that does sound rough.
Yeah. Well, the fine people of Herndeen don't agree with you. That's why I want to leave that life behind.
What do you mean?
Let's make an arrangement. You need traps, and I can teach you how to make them so you can catch smaller animals. You look like someone who can get things done. I don't know why, but I feel like you have a lot going on inside your head. I'm willing to join you if you provide me with shelter and food. Together, we can make each other's lives easier in this land. So, can we cooperate?
So here on the right hand side, right, you see that this is Lubomir Netterby, and he is a prodigy, so he gains 30% skill point gains. He is a gourmand, so cooking +2, hunger speed -30, and then we see all of his stats. So you got crafting stats and gathering stats here on the left, and then we've got like different attributes and like weapon skills here on the right. You also see that he costs 48 renown, which up here in the top left, this is our renown. We have 60 renown and 26 gold coins right now, and he costs 48 renown for us to hire. So I think it's possible. Join me. So now he's our guy, and he'll join us. And if we push F on him, we've got the option to set him as a worker, as a companion, or as a guard. And then he has his own inventory. He's got his own attributes, his own morale, and his own consumed food and all that stuff. And we can set, similar to like RimWorld, kind of established this hierarchy of tasks. So we can tell him like, okay, well, we want you to do research before you do construction versus before you do crafting. But I'm not gonna mess with that just yet. But it does say to turn him into a worker. Okay, so now it says research a village in need. Research the small trap with the help of your new settler. We're actually gonna make him as our companion again because it's gonna be faster for us to get him home, since we chose to set up our home a lot further away than I did in my first playthrough. Well, I say first playthrough, I didn't really make it that far. I made it almost to tier 2 in the technology tree before deciding like, hey, I'm spending all this time on this game, I may as well be showing it to you guys. And so that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. And it should just be down the road here a little bit. But yeah, so now we need to research the small trap with the help of our new settler. Let the settler craft the trap at the simple workbench. Pick up the trap and set it yourself in the dense forest with bait. So we got a few things that we got to do. I need some sticks. I don't want to harvest the hemp just yet. But now that we've, so when I tell him to become a worker, he's gonna head back to, oh, he's gathering some stuff. We're close enough, I guess he just goes off and does his own thing now. But where's the mushrooms? I saw mushrooms earlier. Are they on my mini map? There's tin ore, 2 mud things, sage. But the primary reason why I wanted to set up here is you need a lot of river weed. Oh my gosh, why was that hard to say? River reed in the beginning of the game. You need like a lot of that stuff. And the last time I made the mistake, well, it's not really a mistake, but I set my little starter village up here last time, and it was becoming a little bit of a pain in the butt to get some of the materials that I wanted. So this restart kind of fixes that. Oh, I think there's some mushrooms over there. Let's get these. Yeah, buddy. Okay, mushroom. What I want to do is cook these. All right. I don't want to gather too much of those, but yeah, so you know, it's just I was having a lot of fun with the game, and it's similar, you know, it's a simulator enough, honestly. Like, we gotta worry about food, we've got to worry about simulating our village building and stuff like that, you know. So all of you naysayers who are saying like, hey Drake, why is this going on your simulator channel? Like, this is not a simulator, you lied. I say, sir and or madam, expand your horizons. That's what I say to you, naysayer. Okay, let's put those away. So one of them is gonna rot here in just a second, which is not good. And we also got to keep an eye on those now. I don't think there's anything else that we can build right now. Not really. So we're kind of at the mercy of homeboy. Ah, he's chopping down. Don't chop down my beautiful tree. Okay, he's chopping down the smaller tree next to it. I was like, holy crap, no. Like, we set up with this big tree here on purpose. Somebody's gonna chop it down eventually once we have like a better wood cutting tool. But as you can see, speaking of food, I'm kind of out of food right now. And that's going to be the case for quite a bit. Now, to my knowledge, you can't die from a lack of food, right? But you can It does, as you see, it like drastically reduces my hit points and my stamina if I don't eat. So basically right now we have the smallest hit point bar and the smallest stamina bar until we change our situation. So there's roasted mushrooms. Let's grab a bunch of those and we'll eat one. Okay, so I've eaten 2 different types of food, and you see that my I'll eat one of the other mushrooms too. But as you can see, right, like we just ate 2 pieces of food or 3 pieces of food rather. And now I want to set up my logging camp. So it's going to take 10 wood, 4 logs, and 12 flax. And I think we'll put that like here. There we go. Okay. So I want to try to keep these episodes down to a half an hour long. And we are at 45 minutes of recording time as of right now. And I feel like that's probably a good place for us to call it for now. So I hope that you guys have a fantastic time. I'll see you on episode 2. I'm going to be recording, by the way, just before I leave, I'm going to be recording episode 2 right now, so that I have that ready for you guys as soon as possible. But so if I miss some of your comments and suggestions in the meanwhile, then we'll deal with that there. But let's go. I'll see you on the episode 2. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of that video. I really appreciate you watching the whole thing. One of these days I'm going to be able to make a half an hour video. You just wait and see. It's gonna happen. These edits take like such a long time, but I'm glad that you stuck around to the end here, and that you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.